guys, welcome back to BMW Fanatic. In this video I'm going to share some BMW summer maintenance tips to make sure that your BMW is up to par for those summer changes. With the temperature changes and a bunch of other stuff, there's some major things that you want to make sure to check out, and it's also a great time to spot any kind of trends, meaning maintenance things that are coming up on your car, maybe that you've skipped over during the winter time. So we're going to go through those items. They are in no particular order in this overview, but I'm going to ensure that we're going to hit all of the key ones that I personally do on my side just to make sure this car is ready to go. Let's go ahead and run through that list right now.
First thing right out of the gate, we want to check the tire pressure in all four tires to ensure they're properly inflated. This one right off the gate was 31.5 and it has to be 32, so I'll have to add air to that one. Go ahead and move to the back and then check the tire pressure there. This is also a great time to check in all of your tire wear. If you have any, like you may have a nail in a tire, one tire may look a little bit low. Obviously you'll get that with a gauge, but this is a good kind of eyeballing to see, if you see some potential problems with your tires. Since my driver's side was 31.5, I'm using my nice little portable pump by Adu. This thing comes in handy, mostly because it plugs right into your cigarette lighter, and I don't have to get my big old compressor out and get the hose reel on that. This just makes it quick and easy for those slight changes of tire pressure that you need to do. Once you have it in, just pop the key in, obviously turn on the accessory. You're just going to want to twist it on here. This got to 32 psi in no time flat. Quick unscrewing that, double checking it with my digital gauge, and we are off and running. Once I'm done popping the hood, I'm gonna come and grab my cord reel. This is from Tac Life, 50 feet total, 3-prong outlet. Makes it nice when I'm trying to run a bunch of other different things all on the same outlet. Obviously it will stop when you're done there and then retract all the way back in. Wall mountable, so once I'm in the new house, I can be able to mount that right to the wall. I grabbed my C-Tech 4.3 battery charger. We're gonna go ahead and plug it in. So undo the cap, attach the positive right to there, attach the negative, plug it right into my cord reel, and then that way we can go ahead and turn your battery charger all the way on, so that way we can get this powered up. Once it's powered on, you'll see it start lighting up. A fully charged battery is going to be all the way to 7, and then that will be fully green. Once it's good with that, then you can go ahead and disconnect your positive and then disconnect your negative right off the terminal. Quick little release, and 50 feet will be all the way wound up in a matter of seconds. Coming up to inspect on your car here, some things you're going to want to look for, right, and some general maintenance things, coming to the whole spring, summertime. First and foremost, right, you want to have your washer fluid topped off, so go ahead, top that off with what you need. Of course, your coolant. You're going to want to make sure you have the appropriate levels in your coolant, and that way you have blue OE coolant. But there's more so checking your levels, making sure all that's good. You're going to come around, you're going to check for any kind of leaks around the oil cooler, oil filter housing, along those sides, down by the drive belt. You can reach your hand down in here, feel the drive belt, see if it's tight, loose. That's one good thing to check. Any oil leaks along the side, down on the tray, from your valve cover gasket. So you're going to want to double check all those. Your power steering levels are correct, which is at that top line right there. So we're good there. If you're running the DCI filters, good time to go ahead and clean them or replace them. Another good time to double check all your hose clamps. So of course your charge pipe, so I have the CPE charge pipe with the C-clip, so that's just there. I'll double check these hose clamps down here, so both flatheads right in there. Forge Motorsports diverter valves, just double checking all the hoses there. This is just so I can vent to atmosphere, so of course this just sits down here to vent the noise out. Another good time to take off your cabin filter and change that out of the way. And then you take a flashlight, look down here, or being out in the daylight, you can see quite a bit. You want to check for any oil leaks, coolant leaks, any kind of leaks in general that you see. So of course that can mean any kind of vacuum line hoses. Make sure those are all good. No splits anywhere. Right out of the winter time, right into the spring, good time to go ahead and change your oil. So running a 5W40, which I'll be changing it to next. That's more of the good spring summer oil as far as with the heat out, because it's going to bring down that weight. And then coming off from my 0W40, which is my liquid moly. So coming off of that 0W40. Other than that, any kind of scanning around the engine bay that you can see, good time to address anything. If all that looks well, then you're set from a engine perspective. Everything's clean, everything's good. I like to wipe down my engine bay. This helps just prolong the life of that plastic with any kind of heat and cycling that this engine will produce. Once I'm done with that, I go over to the interior. So I'm taking a microfiber cloth, Adams Polishes interior detailer, spray it on the cloth or directly on the seat. But since I'm doing the steering wheel, I don't want any overspray everywhere. So this will help repel that dust and help protect it from the UV light. Once I'm done with that, you want to hit up that dash, just because that sun coming right through that front windshield, that's going to be your first line of defense, and it's going to hit that dash pretty well. Spray the product on the microfiber so that way you don't get any overspray on the windshield. Once you're done with that, you want to go ahead and move over to the seats, spray it down pretty well, and then wipe to get it all cleaned off. Guys, let's be honest, a nice shiny black exterior always will look nice, and any kind of gloss on any kind of paint. With being 10 years old and 156,000 miles, I am truly happy of how well my paint's held up. Proper care of that has determined that lifespan. Now here what I've used is just Adams Polishes buttery wax, and then sealed it off with their paint sealant. This will have that nice protection, of course, with in the UV light outside, help repel the elements, as I do daily drive this during the winter time. It's something very important that you guys need to make sure to do on your car as well. And guys, probably the most important part as far as to check everything is to check to see if you have any codes that are out there, and using a proper BMW scan tool. I'm using the Bavarian Technic scan tool here. This reads everything that the dealer can read, but this is going to check for any hidden faults like shadow faults. You can go through your whole entire system to be able to see that. You can do all kinds of data logging, which truly makes it very nice to be able to do. One of these programs just like this is not that bad to buy, and it's going to have long-term life just because you're going to be able to use it on your same BMW. This is where you have all the different options as far as what's on there, and all the different mini checks that the system will do. You can do any kind of maintenance things on here and readjust any kind of value. The biggest thing is that any kind of faults, you want to go ahead and take care of those right away.
Well guys, there you have it. Everything as far as to ensure your BMW is up to par during those summer months. Now it's very imperative that you check everything on your BMW to ensure you have nothing that goes wrong. The last thing that you want is to be stranded somewhere and then have to get a tow and then other things to worry about. This is a great check to see those upcoming problems before they happen. Just like with anything else, I'm gonna drop everything in the description box below so you guys can check them out on your free time. And thanks again for stopping in, sharing the videos, and subscribing. And as always, please be sure to subscribe, like this video, comment below. Time to head out of here. Take care.